Alright guys, we are back. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy CMB checking in. And guys, before I begin, let me take the time out to send a quick shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV for calling out boxing channels or channel with big egos who think that they're better than everyone else, who likes to throw rocks, hide their hand and play victim and pretend that they're not, being biased on their channel when they constantly do it on Terence Crawford. We know. Thank you, Blue Blood, for putting him on Front Street. I appreciate that. But anyway, what we're talking about Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. The rumor that's going around that they are in negotiations to fight this upcoming May 2025. Now, I did do a video on this, and I told you guys how excited I am for this. I think it's the biggest fight in boxing if it does take place. The face of boxing, who is Canelo Alvarez, versus the pound-for-pound king Terence Crawford. I just think it doesn't get any bigger than that in the sport. Now, I don't want to make any predictions. I said this in the last video because I think it's too early for that. And some of you guys know I am a huge fan of Terence Crawford. I'm a fan of Canelo Alvarez, but I would say I'm a much bigger fan of Crawford. But I don't make my predictions based on who I'm rooting for. I make my predictions based on skill set, past fights, who they've been in the ring with, resume, everything. I just throw everything in there and make an educated guess. So I like to look at tape and different factors before I make my decision. So it's not always going to be the guy that I'm rooting for that I pick to win the fight. So I just want to let that be known for people who aren't familiar with the channel. Some of you guys are familiar with that I do that. But anyway, what I want to talk about is the stuff that I hear about Terence Crawford being too small. Being too small to defeat Canelo Alvarez. He's just too small. Coming from 154 going up to 168, it's going to be a massacre. And I have to disagree with that in a sense. I remember Terence Crawford saying on his Verified X page some time back that weight doesn't win fights. Skills win fights. And that's something that I wholeheartedly agree with. That is my philosophy when it comes to the sport of boxing. It's not about how big you are, it's about how skilled you are. I always believe that skills pay the bills. And Terence Crawford is a highly skilled fighter. He's not your average fighter. He stands out from the pack, he stands out from his peers. And that's why he is seen around the world as the pound-for-pound king. He's a different animal. And it is possible for him to go up to 168. Not saying he's going to do it, but it is possible that he can go to 168, get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez, and get his hands raised based on skill set, not his size. And if you don't believe that, look what just happened with Usyk and Tyson Fury in this last fight. Tyson Fury came in at a hefty 281 pounds. A lot of people thought, he came in that heavy because he wanted to bulldoze Usyk. Now, I will say both of these guys were highly skilled fighters, and I picked Tyson Fury to win because of his physicality, but that's not always the case. I just thought that, him being highly skilled, just like Usyk, I thought that his physical attributes would catapult him to the win. And that's proving the point that just because you're bigger, it doesn't mean you're going to win. Usyk was lighter on his feet. He was slicker. He was the better counter puncher, the more accurate puncher, and he got the victory. So it doesn't mean just because you're big that you're going to win a fight, just because the other guy's smaller. Keep in mind, he came up from cruiserweight, and he was still able to beat the biggest names in heavyweight boxing twice. Tyson Fury, Anthony AJ Joshua, and he was the smaller guy. We've seen Pacquiao do it time and time again, being the smaller guy, beating the bigger guy. Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. was the smaller guy in the fight with Canelo Alvarez, and he outboxed Canelo Alvarez 12 rounds. It's about skill set. It's about skill set. Skills pay the bills. I'll say that time and time again. Now, I will say this. That's Canelo's weight class. Canelo is a hell of a fighter, and he's a hell of a puncher. And if Terence Crawford thinks he's going to go up to 168 and trade shots with Canelo Alvarez, then, yeah, he's going to come out on the wrong end of that equation. He has to be smart. And that's the thing about Crawford. He has a high IQ. He can win this fight just as much as he can lose this fight. So as for him being too small to fight Canelo Alvarez, I disagree with that. I think it will be a very competitive fight, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't know who's going to win, but I think that would be a very entertaining fight. Two of the best fighting the best. You don't get any bigger than that, guys. Isn't that what boxing is about? Taking risks, taking challenges, fighting the best competition there is to offer. That's all I'm asking for. And I think these two are the best at what they do. So yes, I think it will be a competitive matchup, and I don't think Crawford's too small to pull off a victory in this fight. Can he do it? It's possible. Will he do it? I don't know until the fight takes place. But anyway, just wanted to get that off of my chest. You guys let me know what you think. Do you think Crawford's too small to defeat Canelo Alvarez? Is this the fight you want to see? You don't want to see the fight? You guys let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.